If you are supervising a group of interns, I wanted to share with you some tips that I've been using now for several years that helps me manage data and communications. First, I start out with a Google form. So before class even starts, I have all of my students go to this link and complete this form. You can see I get their information, and then I have them put in their site information, and then information about their site supervisor. So that makes it real quick and easy for me to be able to communicate with them. Once they have that, then I have the results at my fingertips at any time. So here is the site data. Of course, I blurred out some of the private information, but you can see Google Forms gives that to me at my fingertips. What you also notice that I did is I put a button right up here on my browser so I can quickly go to that easily. And because Chrome synchronizes, I can get that on all of my devices. So I can do it at home or at the office or from anywhere really. And the way to do that is just to take the little icon here to the left and then drag it down to your bookmarks bar. And you can see that gave me another button. I'm going to delete that real quick since I don't need it. So now that I have all this information, one of the things that you'll notice that I can do too is down here at the bottom, I've also set up other sheets. So from this site data now, I can create other sheets. And the way that I do that is I hit the plus sign. And then from here, I can take last name, first name, and then set up some new columns. And in this case, what I've done is I've set up dates and times that I've made phone calls to their site supervisors, and I've included comments there. I've done this for my first call there, for my second call, and I'm about ready to do it for my third call as it gets a little bit later in the semester. The other thing that's been real helpful is to bring over their last name, first name, and that information, and then also help me tally up their recordings. So for instance, in this level of internship, they're required to demonstrate individual counseling, small group, classroom guidance, consultation with teachers and or parents, and then I've got a column here if they want to submit other types of tapes. So I want to be able to know that they've gotten samples from each of these categories, and my requirement here is that they submit no less than 7 tapes. What you'll notice here is I've got some conditional formatting, so I can color code very quickly as I enter these numbers where the hot spots are for who might need some attention. The way to do that, I'm going to switch over here to just an example spreadsheet, is this. So for instance, this could be my sample internship data that I've received from my form, and I've just now added a sheet. I've renamed it, so down here at the bottom tab I can click on that and then rename. I've renamed mine to recordings. And this is kind of interesting. Let me show you a really quick trick here. Now you don't have to retype all this. Of course you can go back to your internship data and just kind of copy this. So if I hit Control C, then scroll over here, I can just paste and it'll copy it over. Another way to do that, by the way, is it's a little bit fancier. Let's go ahead and delete that. Is I'm going to put the equal sign, equal, and then I'm going to go over to my sample internship data, and I'm going to click on, well, let's see, I'm going to click on this second guy here because it's not allowing me to choose the first cell. So once I've clicked on that second cell, I'm going to hit enter. Now, that's not the one I wanted. What I wanted was A1, so I'm just going to kind of go up here to the formula and hit A1 and enter. So it's bringing in A1 from the other sheet. Now here's what's really cool. I'm going to use my fill bucket and drag it over, and so now it's filling in the second one. Now watch this. I'm going to bring this all the way down, and it's giving me the names of the students from sheet 1. And these are not actual text. These are formulas. So for instance, if I go back to sample internship data 1, if I, let's say, change this to Johnson, that will automatically change in this sheet. So you can populate additional sheets either through just simple copy and paste or through formulas. Now from here, I want to do the conditional formatting. So in here, I want to kind of make it pink or red if the cell is empty. They have to have at least one tape or one recording in each of these categories. So I've highlighted that area. I'm going to go under Format. I'm going to click on Conditional Formatting. And then what you'll see here to the right side is my menu. And I want to say Format Cells if they are empty. So if the cell is empty, it's going to, and I'm going to change the color, going to make it a little bit light red. Now I scroll down and I hit Done. All right, I can get out of the conditional formatting menu. And so now they're all empty, and so they're red. Now if I put in the number 1 here, I've got, it shows, and of course the color goes away because now I've got something in there. I can also show that this person did 2 individual counseling tapes, maybe 1 group, 2 classroom guidance, 3 consults, and you get the idea. So, and I'm going to go ahead and center all of that. Now, to finish, here are the totals. I'm going to put in the equal sign. The formula is sum, open parentheses. I'm going to highlight all of this, and then I'm going to hit close parentheses, and then I hit enter. That gives me the sum over here. Now here's my little fill bucket. See, bottom right corner turns into a crosshair. Drag it down. That means now the formula is in all of these, so I've got sums of recordings for each student. On this one, I'm going to highlight all of that. We're going to go back to Format, back to Conditional Formatting. And on this one, what I want is not that the cell is empty, but I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to find what I need, which is that I want it to be less than. So if the cell is less than the number 7, which is my minimum number of required recordings, then make it red. So I hit Done. Now I'm going to also add a new rule. If this cell is, I'm going to scroll down, greater than or equal to 7, make it green. Done. All right, let's get out of that. So you can see this one has 8 recordings in it. These are still red. So if I say 1, 1, 1, and 1, that one's still not going to cut it. Let's bump that one up to 4. Very good. So now it's 7, it turns green. Let's go down to 3 and you'll see it'll go back to red. So red is telling me they still have issues, they still have things to turn in. Green is telling me they really are finished. One of the last things I wanted to show you is this, we go back to sample internship data, is that when they fill out the form, I'm asking for phone numbers. I'm asking for their number and their site supervisor's number. And because I have Google Voice installed, in fact, I also have Google Voice installed on my Chrome browser. This is an extension. And so if you're using the Google Chrome browser, you know about extensions. Go to the extension and install the one for Google Voice. Google Voice picked up that this was a phone number. And so from here, what I can do is just click inside of it and then click on the number. And this is great. I don't even have to pick up the phone. I can, since I have a headset on, I can talk to the person, call with Google Talk, or frankly, I can just have Google connect me. So for instance, if I choose this one and I click connect, my office phone will start to ring. I pick it up and Google connects me with that site supervisor and I can begin to talk. And then of course, as we're talking, I can then go over to my spreadsheet that allows me to log in that call and make some comments. So just to summarize, use the Google form to collect data, and then once you get the results of that data, you can then start to add spreadsheets to better manage everything from what they've turned in to communications, being able to call site supervisors and log in and document that call.